Well, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to another week with Fathers Who Care. Oh, it's been one. Thank you so very much for all the support that you've been giving to the young people on the west side of Chicago. Most importantly, thank you for your ongoing support at our Christmas event at Spencer High School, Spencer Elementary School, Thanksgiving event at Michelle Clark, Magnet High School, and then all of the other work that we've been doing in the community to empower those who are less fortunate. We thank you so very much. It's been one of those days. I'm kind of getting over a little cold, but I'm making it through. You know, be careful out there because there's this new variant out there called JN1.
Really?
Yeah, that's the new COVID variant that's out there. And then folks are suffering from the flu. So, you know, folks are talking specifically about different safety precautions from the CDC. So we want you to know that, you know, just, you know, as you go about doing your things out there in the world, just make sure you keep it safe and cover up if you have to, all right? Because some folks may be sick and may not know it, and then others may be going through some changes. But again, you're watching Fathers Who Care. It's been a minute since I've seen you all, but I know you've been in good hands because I've heard about some of the good things young people have been doing. And I just wanted to come back first and just say happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You know, she got all dolled up. You know, she wasn't having it. She said she's going to get dolled up, and we couldn't help it but let her get dolled up. But we're going to officially say on the show, happy birthday, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah, we know how it is to be 18.
Yeah.
All right? But we're just blessed that you're 18 in school, don't have any children, goal-oriented, looking to the hills for your strength, and we love that, all right? So you've been doing a wonderful job, so hang on in there, all right? Yeah. Now, let's get on to the show. Well, yes, we want to thank CAN TV for the work that you all have been doing to provide this venue for so many of us that do the work in our community. You know, it's because of individuals like yourself that we're able to exchange information with caring individuals and to kind of bridge that gap, that intergenerational gap, but also bring in community builders, and all of us are supporting each other, pooling our resources, pooling our intellectual properties. But tonight we're going to be kicking off our new series of 2024. Let me try to say it together. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Happy New Year!
New Year!
I thought you were going to say 2025.
Yeah, I just want to make sure y'all had the energy. If y'all got the energy, you can't hang with me this year because I'm going to be gone if you ain't got the energy. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. But anyway, we want to thank you all for all that you do. Thank you again, CAN TV, and all those beautiful people in the booth up there that make it happen. Thank you, ladies. And let's get to the show. Today, we want to specifically talk about what's going on in the community and how we can bridge the gap between our young people. More importantly, how we can engage and empower our future leaders. It is time, guys. Please believe me. It is time to uplift our young people. It is time to make sure that we are listening to our young people, making sure that we are understanding our young people, not necessarily trying to befriend our young people, but mentoring our young people. It's a level of trust. It's a level of understanding. It's a level of commitment. It's a level of being responsible, and it's consistency. So I encourage those of you who are watching today, if you need some information, additional information on where you can bring young people, where we can continuously empower them, guide them, and direct them, you can send them to Fathers Who Care. And the number is
773-287-5821.
Right. So we're going to show you how good it is for young people to come together. But most important, we're going to show you what happens when you allow young people options, when you give them the chance to go out there and explore and make some decisions on their own. But tonight, I just want to reintroduce to some and present the others. President of the Youth Council, the West Garfield Park Youth Council, and your name is?
Vernisha Jones.
And what is your purpose for existing?
My purpose for existing is just to be empowered.
You got to come on with it.
Yeah, hold
on. Don't act like you don't know.
My purpose for existing is basically just to empower young people, empower people that didn't have the same opportunities that I had growing up.
So you say you want to empower other people that didn't have the opportunities you have.
Yes.
But why are you so committed to doing it? I understand what you just said when you say is to empower other folks, because I know that's a term of endearment that you want to serve. I got that. But why? What is that for you, though? What does it do for you? What is the catalyst or the energy that comes back to you? Because you can't pour out an empty cup. So what's coming back to you that wants you to continue to reach out to help those who are less fortunate, young people who may not have options?
Right. What feeds your drive?
There you go. I like that.
What feeds my drive?
I'm gonna use that.
Knowing that the kids that I have around me on a regular are not the kids that I'm seeing on the news passing away. Just to know that even if I'm able to save one child a day, that's a child that I know that I'm not going to see on the news that done passed away due to gun violence or due to an overdose. And so that's something that, pushes me to keep doing the same work that I do every day, because you can't save everybody, but if you could save a child a day, you doing the job.
Yeah, you're betting 1,000. I like that. And of course, unfortunately, in our neighborhood on the west side of Chicago, we're currently experiencing the largest number of overdoses in the city. Over in West Garfield Park and Austin, East Garfield Park. However, we're also training our young people on how to use Narcan, Noxalone that's in Narcan. And so that's what we're trying to do, educate you all, because you don't know. But let's move on. So you're the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. What would you tell a young person if they're interested in joining some structured programming and activities?
Contact us at 773-287-5821. You can bring the kids out. We have a program running from Monday to Friday where we have kids from the ages of 12 to 24 where they could come out and get homework help. We do peer pressure. We talk about peer pressure. We talk about cyberbullying. We do peer circles where the kids are able to come together and talk about the different things that they're got going on. You never know who in the group will have the same thing going on as the next child. And just to be able to have mentorship.
Yeah, okay. So I like that. You was trying to get it all in quickly, but take your time, because you got so much that's on your heart to say, and I don't want you to rush it. So just take your time. You said a lot, but I know you know a lot about it. But just be relaxed and enjoy. Now you tell me, you're the vice president.
Yes.
Okay. How do it feel to be the vice president first, and then what? You ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What feeds your drive?
Okay. So to be the vice president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council, one, it's a very fortunate opportunity that I have, and a lot of good recognition that I get when I go out to different places. So if I go out there, like you're Reverend Jones' granddaughter, you have a TV show, you do this, you do that, and it's a lot of like positive recognition on me, and then them bringing in that good energy for me just makes me want to do what I'm doing even more. So to be the vice president of an organization that's so successful and just so like focused on helping the community and helping like teenagers like myself, it's just like I just feel like it just makes me want to help more. So like when I talk to young people, I take a lot of the stuff that I get from my granddad or like anybody in the organization, I take it from them and I tell it to the kids my age, because I wouldn't know what I know without the help from from the older generation. So I just feel like bringing all of these thoughts together, like our thoughts and theirs, it's just like really helpful.
And I'm going to teach you another word today when you refer to the elders.
Okay.
If you don't call them elders, call them seasoned.
Seasoned? Ooh, I like that. Yeah, because y'all know more. Wise. Seasoned.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me rephrase it. Okay.
You feel me?
So I take what I learned from the seasoned folks, from the seasoned folks, and I sprinkle it onto the younger generation, because we don't know no better yet, but they do, because they seasoned. We ain't that seasoned yet. So I take it to them, and I feel like I just take this information and I just like to pour it into them. And what feeds my drive?
Yeah, what feeds your drive?
I would say
Because you're an honor roll student, correct?
Yeah, straight A.
Straight A. You've been seeking out different universities, correct?
Yeah.
Different universities have been calling on you, right? So what seasons you to keep you focused? Because it's not the norm.
Right.
Everybody's trying to fit in. You follow me?
Yeah.
Misery loves company.
Always, okay.
But an eagle flies alone. Chickens stay together.
Yeah, they flock together.
Yeah. So you're an eagle.
Always.
So what feeds your drive?
I would say what feeds my drive is just me knowing what my future can be.
Yeah.
Like everybody always tell me like, oh, Hinisha, like you just you're so capable of like so much greater. So it's like knowing that it's a lot of people counting on me, and it's like whenever people see my name, I never want them to see my name and see, oh, she did that, or she had F's and D's, she did this. Like I'm not saying that it's like that is a bad thing to like make mistakes, and some people do have times where like they fall behind and they get those bad grades, but it's always good to pick yourself back up. So knowing that they was like, oh, they had them grades, they fell off, but they picked themselves back up and they got it together. Like I want people to see that I picked myself up, and I never like settle for less. Like I always, like I take my name very seriously. Like when people see my name, I always want them to see like Hinisha Malone, like straight A student, was on her stuff. She was working with Fathers Who Care, West Garfield Park Youth Council, volunteering, like stuff like that. Like that feeds my drive, just knowing that like I can be, like I know I can be better, so I don't want to settle for less.
Well, you are what you create.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you're blessing folks, empowering folks, it comes back. You know, it's whatever you put out, it comes back.
Yep.
So if you're putting out positive energy to empower those who are less fortunate, if you're working in your youth development, working on your youth leadership, working on your outreach with young people, working on your building up boundaries and building up relationships, those things will come. I'm committed to what I do because this is my love.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do it. Our young people today don't need more people saying what they can't do. We need more people saying what they can do.
Exactly.
So it's all about options and opportunities. So our job as the seasoned or the elders is to lay good foundation so that you all can build on that.
Right.
You know, if you don't build, then you lose the community. All right. So if we are not allowing you all to make some mistakes, but don't get caught in the mistakes.
Exactly.
Make your mistakes and keep it moving. All right. Time waits on no one, but you ain't got no time to waste. So let's talk about what we're doing. Why should young people want to be a part of some of the activities, particularly our Impact Identities program, our violence prevention program? Why would young people be, or why should they be interested in young people in those programs? That's what I want you to focus on. And I want you to focus on why should volunteers and parents come out and join the activities that we're doing, not only at the agency, but in our schools. Go ahead. You start first. Or do you want to go? Which one? Who wants to go first?
I'll start.
You sure?
Yeah, so
all right,
why should teenagers want to join these organizations?
And why is it important for them?
Okay. I think that teenagers right now, they should want to join, not even just teenagers, like the upcoming teenagers, they should want to join these programs because it gives them just like a wide range of opportunities and resources. Because if you only stick to, I'm just gonna go to school and leave school, go to school, leave school, like if that, you have to have like more connections so that it could bring you more opportunities, because you have to like broaden your experiences for you to get more out of it. So instead of just focusing on like, I'm just gonna go to school and leave school, like after school, you know, you can go to these organizations that help you do homework, like she said, talk about peer pressure and things like that. Just give you more knowledge on these things that happen day to day, mental health, peer pressure, all this stuff, so that you can know how to deal with it and how to handle it if these things ever happen to you, so you wouldn't be in the blinds. And that's why I feel like teenagers want to be in it, because it just gives them more knowledge. And yeah.
Okay, I like that. And that's, so you're saying is it a good thing?
It's a great thing, actually. Like for me, I feel like without the West Garfield Park Youth Council and like Fathers Who Care in general, I wouldn't have a lot of
connections.
I wouldn't have a lot of connections. I wouldn't have like a lot of the stuff that I value. I wouldn't value it, like us going out and helping different people, like us seeing the looks on these people's faces when we help them. Like that stuff just makes us want to do it more, and it just makes us feel for these people and want to like pour into these people to help them have more, because they weren't like, you know, like, yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Now we're talking about volunteers and we're talking about parents, because it's important that as we bridge this gap, this intergenerational gap to empower young people, we also have to make sure that we all are empowering each other.
Exactly.
So some young parents may not know. So we don't kick them to the side. We empower them. We embrace them. So why should parents be involved in their young people's education or programming and possibly come out to volunteer? Why should they?
So first off, I want to say, like you always tell me, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. And so in saying that, when it comes down to like parents and volunteers being involved in stuff that's going on in the community, the more people we get involved, the better the outcome is. As far as young people, the more parents we get involved, kids can't be what they can't see. So a lot of times when it comes to our young people, if they going in a cycle. So if my dad is a drug dealer, my mindset is that I should be a drug dealer. If my mom is doing who knows what
unsavory stuff,
doing who know what, my mindset is that is what I should do. If I see a drug dealer with a nice car, I feel like that's what I want to do because I want a nice car as well.
Okay.
And so as far as when it comes to our young people, I feel as though our parents should be involved because the parent is who the child looks up to. Yeah, we might be able to come to your child and tell them what we think they want to know or tell them how we feel they should be going, the route they should be going on, but for the most part, the child is listening to their parents. So I feel like if the parents be more involved, we can lessen up a lot of the violence and a lot of the substance abuse that's going on the West Side, well, in Chicago in general. And then as far as volunteers, I feel like we need more volunteers just because like I said, the more people you have, the better success stories you have. So we have this volunteer coming, bring 3 more volunteers. It becomes a better opportunity where we can get our word out to more young people, our word out to more people in the community. And like I said, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know.
Absolutely. You know, each one teach one is my philosophy. And I feel if we really want to bring about systemic change in our community, first we got to go back to some old values. The old values is your child is my child. So if I see one of my
that's
neighbors,
the problem now.
Absolutely. If I see one of my neighbors on the street and their child is doing something that's not right, I should be able to go and talk to this young person. I'm not saying necessarily do no harm to them, but stop any unnecessary violence or any unnecessary infliction of pain on somebody else or the community. I should be able to go and talk to this young person and then bring this young person back to their parent. So we can keep that line of communication open, that parent will feel comfortable with me now educating and empowering that person. Now, if we get back to that, which is how we were brought up, and it worked for us. Now, I know folks are doing a whole lot of things these days, but we're not bashing. We're empowering, right?
Exactly.
So if you want some drop-in services and activities, please give us a call at Fathers Who Care, and the number is
773-287-5821.
And for additional information, you can log on to our website, which is
FathersWhoCare.org.
And if you really want to be involved in the lives of young people, if you have some young people and you need them to be in a structured programming, probably receiving some stipends for different programs that we may find out on that we can help them with, college tours, empowering folks, meeting new people, being in the circle with different folks who can take you to another level. We encourage you to give us a call at Fathers Who Care, and the number is
773-287-5821.
Okay, so let's go and talk specifically now. We do a lot of things in relationship to reducing substance abuse and violence, all right? Because that seems to be the buzz in the neighborhood now. So much is going on. Folks are just, in my opinion, some of them have just got buck wow.
Yeah.
All right. However, it don't have to be that way.
Yeah.
Just because a community has some ills in it don't mean everybody in the community is that way. So don't allow peer pressure to get you to go left when you should be going right. Don't get somebody who just want to go over here and experiment to get you caught up to go in and experiment because you may not be the lucky one.
Exactly.
So
let folks go.
Let them folks do what they do and you do what you do, and we'll see you at the end.
Yeah.
All right, if you make it, all right, in the stars, because that's where you'll be, correct? So let's move on. Why? Now, it's some issues that I really want to talk about specifically, and you was talking to Dr. Frederick, and he told me about it specifically today. I'm rather impressed with you, if I may say so myself. But I want to talk specifically about mental health. Are you all familiar with mental health?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with trauma? Are you familiar with post-traumatic stress syndrome?
Yeah.
How folks are, reacting to circumstances or unsavory circumstances or conditions in the neighborhood. Like if someone transitions before their time and they transition in a way that was violent, like a shooting or something of that fact. Folks experience certain levels of stress, trauma, and anxiety behind that. So sometimes people can be experiencing certain things and don't know they're experiencing that.
Exactly.
So what we're trying to say to folks, young people today, that it's okay not to be okay sometimes, but it's not okay not to get help. Now, we know some folks in the community of color don't particularly care for mental health support because they don't understand.
They don't feel like nothing is wrong.
They don't, because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't,
And we're trying to tell you, ain't nothing wrong, it's just something ain't right.
Yep.
You get it? So what we're saying to those who are watching us today, if you got young people or family members for the most part, and you may be experiencing some things in your family and your relationships that ain't right, 9 times out of 10, someone might be experiencing some form of trauma, or some stress, or some unwanted anxiety, or substance abuse, or whatever it might be. And just like we treat substance abuse, we need to also treat mental health. Poor mental health.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage you, first of all, to love yourself, to know that you're not alone. There's a whole lot of folks out here. All of us are suffering from something, all right? All of us are experiencing something, whether we know it or not. But we need to also come back together. And if I can help you, then you help him. And then you help that person. And then if we keep helping each other, then we make our community safer. And then we have more healthier people, correct?
Yep.
So let's go home. Now, what do you think when it comes to mental health we can do to engage more community? Young people, and you tell me more community.
You said what? Repeat that?
What can we do to engage more young people into discussing their mental health?
Do more engaging activities as far as discussing it.
Like what?
A lot of young people don't want to just hear talking. So if you do more engaging activities, but dealing with health and, like I said, putting it in schools, I feel like that's one of the main things. If they start, instead of have a class for mental health, I feel like that will make a big difference. Something that they have to do. They don't have a choice, and you will have a lot of kids that wouldn't think they'd be interested in it would be interested in it.
Well, they have this code of conduct in the schools that they can only provide certain intervention and support. Now, we do have some programs in schools right now where we got trainers in there with life skill development, substance abuse intervention, and mental health. Because we know there's a shortage on social workers and others in the schools. So, and our folks are dealing with triple kind of issues: anxiety, alcoholism, substance abuse, poverty. I mean, they battling multiple. What can we do to get more young people to address their mental health?
I think to not put them in like really serious situations, because when the youth are put in situations when they like, what are you going, like when it's like, oh, what are you going through, and they like talking like real, like it's just really stern and stuff, like it don't make them want to open up because it's just too much tension, and like it just put them back. Like, first of all, the tension in the room is really serious, and then you asking them about something that's traumatic, and that's like the tension plus the trauma is not gonna really make them want to say it out loud. So like I noticed, like when people try to talk to young people about like what they go through, like they just shut down, because it's like 9 out of 10 they probably gonna cry or they gonna get emotional, and they don't want to cry or be emotional. So if they in this tense space ask traumatic questions, then like they just gonna pull away. But if you put them in more like be more uplifting and don't make them feel like they trauma is like a bad thing or like something that's gonna like pull them down, just help them feel like, just help them see like all of your battles is helping you become a better person. Like everything that you go through, it puts you in like in this position to like go through these different lessons and learn these different things so that you can be better. Okay. Like nothing you go through, like God will never put you through anything you can't overcome. So like it's something that's put in place for you to be better. So like you just have to let them know like the thing that you're going through, like, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not
forever.
Yeah, it's not, like, nothing is going, like, that's not going to last forever. Like, you always going to overcome that. And it's a reason why you were put through that, so that you can learn a lesson to get you through life. Okay. Because if you don't learn it now, you're going to learn it later, and it might not be easier later because you already, like.
So I'm so glad you shared that. Because next week I want you to lead the youth council meeting.
The Zoom meeting?
Yeah, the Zoom and the in-person meeting on mental health awareness.
Okay.
All right. But look here, we want to thank you all for tuning in today again. Welcome back. This is Fathers Who Care. We are because others were, and because others were, we are. Our brothers and sisters keepers. And if not for us, who will it be? Mm-hmm. So we have to reach out for those who are less fortunate. We're about pooling our resources. We're about empowering each other. We're about making a way out of no way. And most importantly, we're about saving our children.
Yep.
And our community. And we can do this. We can do it better if we got all of us supporting each other. So give us a call at Fathers Who Care, and the number is
773-287-5821.
And if you get some additional information in your spirit and you want to learn more about what we're doing, you can reach out to us on the website at
www.fatherswhocare.org.
So thank you again for all that you do. A Happy New Year again. Looking out for us. We got an event coming up on the 15th. We're going to be purging the community, training folks on how to properly use Narcan. So we're going to be going through the community. It's going to be a day of service in honor of Dr. King. And so we're going to be going out helping individuals to be trained on how to save a life or how to reduce an overdose. All right.
Yep.
And you should know that by now how to do it,
Yeah,
right?
Dr. Frederick. Mm-hmm.
You know how to do it, correct?
Yeah.
So we may have you out there with us and some others to deal with the young people. We want all of our folks to be trained, but most important, we want you to live. We want you to live, and we want you to be prosperous, and we want you to multiply, and we want you to be able to empower someone less fortunate than you.
Yes.
If we're not helping each other, then we really got a problem.
Yeah, we do.
If we will love each other and support each other and forgive each other, then we can build each other.
Yeah, we're a good father.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I want to thank you, Vernisha. You have any closing statements?
The sky's the limit.
The
Okay.
skies is the limit. Thank you for that. And you have any closing statements?
Just love each other and just be kind to each other, because you never know what nobody else is going through. So, you never really want to add on to nothing. So, so people could just feel the humanity that the world still has left for them.
So for additional information, give us a call at Father Sukera and the number.
773-287-5821.
And the website is
www.fatherswhocare.org.
Y'all fired up today. Y'all got me going.
Okay.
Listen, we want to thank you all. Thank you, Can TV, for all you do to make this platform available. Listen, Can TV, of course, y'all should know, is celebrating 40 years. Give my hand.
Okay.
And they got some good things on the table. They're taking it to another level. They're trying to bring in different resources, different ideas, different incentives. So listen, support the program. Support the
Support the
studio.
cause, mhm.
Cause there you go. Say it again.
Support the cause.
Yeah. Get in where you fit in and feed your
Drive.
drive. You know I'm gonna be using that one, right?
Okay.
I'm borrowing that, so I'm giving you a voice warning. Listen, so tune in to us next week, same time, same station. Who's our next guest next week?
Damien and Martin Kofer from Breakthrough.
So next week we're going to be specifically talking to outreach workers, interventionists, and preventionists. And we're going to be talking to them of the work that they're doing in poverty-stricken communities to reduce violence in the neighborhood, but also resources where folks can go for a safe haven, for food shelters, all kind of stuff, for food pantries, shelters, and all of that. So we're going to have that kind of information for you next week. And each week we're going to bring to you some nice guests and elected officials and others who are going to share with you different resources that are readily available for you. But as we embark upon 2022, 24, forgive me, this is, bear with me, this is the year of love, this is the year of support, this is the year of forgiving, and most of all, this is the year of unity. But know your mental health status, all right?
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. God bless you. God keep you. And if we can do anything to help you in your plight, please give us a call at 773-287.
5821.
It's been a Stone Gas, baby. That's coming from the old Soul Train.
Oh, baby, I don't know about no
You remember that one? Yeah. But anyway,
Somebody don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been fun. We thank you all for all you do. Again, get in touch with us. We're trying to bring men back into the fold. So we're really looking for our men to come and join us every third Wednesday. We have a men's meeting, every third Friday at MacArthur's at 12 o'clock. We're empowering men. We're the Westside Men's Group. So God bless you. God keep you.